This is a public broadcast brought to you by PMSL Podcast. All stories are true unless people kick up a fuss and we're sued, in which case they're false. This recording will contain coarse language, bad impersonations, inappropriate accents, poorly thought out concepts and plain stupidity. PMSL is not responsible by how you interpret the show, but by listening to it you have agreed to accept this. Due to its content, it shouldn't be listened to by anyone.
You're listening to the very first episode of the PMSL Podcast, the podcast of Inconviences. Let me introduce you to the PMSL panel. First we've got Phil.
All right.
Matt.
Hiya.
Simon.
Howdy.
And myself, Leigh. So guys, what do we think we're going to add to the podcasting world?
I'd like to bring variety, because I think we're all from completely different backgrounds, all from the same place. There's not many podcasts out there that represent the South East to any great degree.
Essex.
Yeah, Essex, that's in the South East, Phil, well done. You say you're in central London?
I was. I think it's good.
Go back.
For the last few years we've been like taking the piss out of Frost while I've been out. It's quite good to do it in an official format. Because like before no one got to hear it.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have a clue either.
Yeah.
But now we can kind of...
And vice versa with yourself.
Exactly.
As well.
We can just say
Vice versa with everyone.
We can take the piss out of each other openly and not be offended.
Indeed.
Well, we might be offended, depends on what you say, really.
Who cares?
Don't be too leery. Be as leery as you want.
Yeah, so you're going to bring variety. So what will you bring? I imagine you'd bring, Phil, like a grounding, wouldn't you?
A what?
A grounding.
What, like a herb?
I mean, like, you kind of bring us back down to ground.
Oh, reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you see all the fucking traffic.
Oh.
Yes.
Realism.
Realism. Yeah. So what will you bring to this podcast, Mr. Leigh Koskey?
A beard.
I'll definitely bring a beard. It's not very...
Thick. No, it is quite thick. It is.
It is quite thick.
Oh, I bet you could
But
lose
for a podcast medium, it's not really particularly relevant.
No. Apart
Depends on how close your beard is to the mic. It might be completely
The
irrelevant.
rustling of the...
What's the reason for the beard?
What is the reason?
Is it a fashion thing?
Well, it's obviously to hide something, isn't it?
Is it because you're lazy?
After the very famous song by a certain someone,
Michael Jackson.
Bearded men, what are they hiding?
that famous song. Yeah.
I've honestly never heard of it, to be honest.
Oh well, so you should listen to it. It's good.
No, I thought and think that like the younger generation, so 16 plus, just getting their baby fluff poking out of their cheeks and upper lip, grow beards to look a bit older. Now, a funny fact about you, Leigh, correct if I'm wrong, is you don't actually know, all 9 times out of 10, remember how old you are.
I would say a beard adds 10 years.
Not usually, no.
No.
And I'm in your 30s.
You're in your 30s.
I'm pretty sure you're 33.
A beard adds 10 years, I reckon.
I think you're 33 because I think you're 4 years.
10
old.
years?
I reckon he looks 40-ish.
You bastard.
If you're in the street, I didn't know you. I'd say
Nice a piece of work.
No, it's not nasty. It's true.
I've always said if you want to look younger,
Look
just
at
shave
Matt.
your beard.
Look at Matt. He looks about 10, doesn't he? Because he's clean and shaven.
Thank you.
He's 10. Whatever.
Do
10,
you
15.
know what? I remember actually.
10 to 15, you can get away with. You look about 15.
I wouldn't say that, but
I think the wrong person's got the glasses on.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
10 years old.
How old do you reckon I look?
An easy 27.
Thank you. That's nice because I think I look a couple of years younger than I am.
There we go.
But there was that incident back in 2011 when I was 25, and I was in a conversation with you two guys, and I was talking about age, and I said I reckon I look about 22, 23. You said no, you look about 30, and then you said no, you look about 40.
I remember this. I do remember this. We were in the pub. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
And you said it's the glasses and it's the hair.
The dodgy barnet. Yeah, the barnet was crucial, I think.
Yeah.
Was it curtains?
No, you know because you said a long fucking fringe. They're ridiculous. Yeah. As soon as you changed, that was quite a that was a turning point.
It was
turning point in your age recognition.
Fantastic. I'm very glad about that.
It hasn't helped Phil's age recognition. You've gone from 40 to 10.
Yeah.
Now there is some.
I was exaggerating, obviously.
Oh,
What I'm saying is...
we never know where we stand then, Phil.
What I'm saying
I
is,
seem to be. I said to you at the time, are you actually saying I look like 40? And you said yes.
What I'm saying is a beard will make you look older.
I didn't have a beard back then.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
not saying you, I'm just saying Leigh does look older with a beard.
Yeah, I agree.
But then I am older than all of you.
I know.
No, you don't know that. You don't know your age. You have no idea if you're older.
If you was clean shaven, you would look a lot younger.
You would. Maybe you should try
It
it.
just makes you look
No,
older.
because beards are for cool people.
You've got very big eyes, though. Your eyes would look bigger. You've got massive eyes, so you'd, yeah,
Really?
I
yeah.
suppose so. Shall we talk about our WIs?
The WIs. We all hate the WIs. The WI specifically. The WI you're talking about, obviously, being the weekly inconvenience.
That's right.
Oh yes, yeah.
The weekly inconvenience, which is the backbone of this podcast.
Right.
Shall we go on
Which
to
probably
that?
lasts about 3 weeks, and then people get bored of it.
God, this realism, Phil. God, it's do me in.
Bringing us down.
It's just better to
Get the razor blades out.
Let's all share a bath with a plugged-in toaster.
It's better to set the ground rules now, isn't it? So people aren't disappointed. In 4 weeks' time, people will be going, oh, for God's sake, it's the same thing again. He's moaning about traffic again, he's moaning about teapots.
I'm sure you can think about.
No, but you're not moaning about traffic, are you?
Well, not yet.
That was just.
So what are you going to be moaning about this week? What has inconvenienced you?
Mine's pretty poor, so if I start on mine.
Okay, right.
Okay.
It can only get better.
My one is when you share something on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
why some people get loads of likes and comments, and in other times they get completely ignored. Like today was an example. I put up the link for our first podcast, or whatever, last week, the pilot, and nothing. Not even one like, not one comment. And then someone puts a picture of a baby up, thousands of comments, hundreds of likes, etc. It's annoys me because
Could it be to do
people
with
just
your
not.
popularity?
Some things do, like on my wedding anniversary, I got about 40 likes or whatever. So I put a photograph of the wedding up. Oh, yeah, great. And then I put something else on there, like an interesting news article about the world ending next week from the Mirror.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. not even like fellow podcasters like Leigh didn't even say anything. You just think, what's the point of even sharing it? So,
I didn't know that. Didn't know that.
And then they don't bother.
The problem with Facebook is that a lot of things get lost because there is so much stuff.
That's probably right, but I'm trying to
So
start.
many people share so much rubbish. The good stuff.
I think it
That's
snowballs as well. So something will get a handful of likes, and then people will see it on their page because they'll say, "Oh, such and such like
Do
this."
you know what? This is how sad I've got.
This will be good.
You probably noticed this as well. After a day or so, I even like my own post because it brings it back into it. And I did actually get an additional like from it. I think it's from you.
I'll tell you what, I've done exactly the same technique occasionally. Every now and again, you could, because it is quite strange that you can like your own stuff.
Yeah.
Surely you're putting it out there. Why can you like it yourself?
Because you do. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Why is that option even there for you to like your? If you didn't like
Exactly.
it, would you have put it up in the first
It's to make
place?
other people think, oh, he likes that, he's put it on there again. Second time.
Because obviously, when you like something, it shares it to the field.
Repost it.
Yeah,
exactly.
people see that you've liked something.
You're making other people more aware of something that you've done.
So
So you're kicking the ball off rolling.
Another example is
A second bite of the cherry.
The cat photographs. I got a new cat about a year ago, and I put lots on there, and now I put the old one on, but I don't get anything now. Is that because people don't care?
Is that surely
That's probably because people have seen enough of your cat.
Does volume have something to do with
400
it?
pictures of the same cat in the same year. You don't know. It's like, I don't know. I can't remember. There's some people they will put on like 5 or 6 pictures at the same time.
Yeah.
Of a cat, like or laying down, upwards, holding it, sticking its legs out.
But that could be a baby. There could be. You've got to say, babies crop up. Babies are very, very popular on Facebook now, aren't they? Even if you haven't got one, even if it's someone else's, pop it on there.
Although,
if you put a picture of a baby next to the link for the podcast channel on YouTube, available now, so please subscribe.
But I don't like babies.
Oh no, yeah.
But when I'm
that idea's gone, isn't it?
if I'm abroad and I post something, I get more likes. How does that work? So
Because people are happy you're not in the same country as them.
People are happy that you're.
So if I'm in Vegas, everyone's like, "Oh, that's interesting. We'll like that."
But that might be.
Hope he doesn't come home. Like.
But that might be more. A picture of you in Vegas or something in Vegas is probably more interesting.
What with my cat?
Sort of
Than
picture
your
of
cat. Or a story about the world ending next week.
I know, but I know what you. I totally and utterly understand where you're coming from, Phil. Some posts that completely important to you, you'd like more people to take notice of, perhaps.
Yeah.
And other things that's just, it's a 10% loss, here's a cat. And you'll get 7 million hits for it, for nothing at all. Or someone will post a picture of a baby with an unusual smile while it's farting. And that will get 58 likes, but something that perhaps means something a bit more to you.
People who share music videos. I don't care.
Who shares music videos?
They do. People do that. I've got a friend at work, and every Friday night he'll be on a piss, and he'll just be every YouTube video he's watching. Upload, Facebook.
Is that our northern friend?
Yeah.
I actually think I sent you a musical video once of the Madness Baggy Trousers.
Yeah.
I actually sent it to you on WhatsApp, but I don't do Facebook.
Well, I've seen them live, so
you saw Madness live?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So I was really impressed.
Baggy Trousers.
The music video.
What was that? Sorry, you weren't that impressed by them?
I've seen them live, so it's not like I've not heard of them.
Oh right, you weren't impressed with the YouTube link that you've got sent then?
Video, isn't it?
Oh, I see.
He wasn't impressed with the YouTube video because they didn't come out of it and start dancing in front of it.
And also, they didn't leave a like on his post either, so that was a big no-no.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was a big no-no.
Anyway, what's the next subject then? Because I think we've done that one.
Well, if you don't mind me going next, my weekly
mind.
inconvenience, my WI, is something probably quite specific to both the South East. I'm going to be a little bit regionalist here. Regionalist.
Racist.
No. Oh, no.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. The South East and perhaps, let's say, the mid to northern England area. And my weekly inconvenience or gripe is the onesie. Okay? I'll explain. Today, on the way back to work, saw a mother pushing a pram that had "and baby" inside it.
And baby.
And baby.
Is that grammatically correct?
It is now.
Fantastic.
And on either side of "and pram" were two of toddlers. Okay, they weren't by Pelican Crossing; they were just by the roadside, just looking across dual carriageway.
As you do.
But the bigger, and I won't go about it now. We'll talk about it another time. But I have a problem with prams. We'll go about that later.
Yeah.
But she was literally walking into the road. And I thought, well, if I'd stop, hopefully someone else will stop and she can just cross, right? I couldn't see them properly, but as I approached near them, mother, let's say probably early 20s, in a tiger onesie, right? And this was 8:30 in the morning. Tiger onesie with shoes on, right? Two
she
kids.
had shoes on, what, trainers?
Trainers, yeah. So in a onesie, right?
Clark's shoes.
Yeah, so she was early 20s. Because she's from the southeast, Essex, where we are, hair was bright red, hair sprayed in a weird and wonderful direction. Both kids, right, also in tiger onesies, and baby in a leopard or something like this, a lightly coloured onesie. Now,
part of the clan, aren't they?
A onesie clan? You could be right. So my big gripe is really the onesie appropriate wear to be wearing outdoors when you're probably going to go to the shops, you're probably going to do this and that. No. Is it really?
Well, I was out on my bike the other day, Sunday morning. I do go out occasionally, and I saw a woman walking in the middle of the park in her pyjamas and her dressing gown.
But
no way.
Explain that.
So, she might have had a mental illness.
Well, to
be quite honest, that's probably what
there's
it
a couple
was.
of people with her, so I'm assuming she's just got out of bed and couldn't bother.
Were they chasing her and trying to get her into a
just
straight
walking on the park, like walking to her house. So obviously the night before, and she couldn't afford to get changed, and just put her dressing gown on.
Oh, blimey!
She's probably drunk.
Yeah,
maybe the people that you saw were actually a family of tigers and a leopard.
Didn't think of that. Maybe I was drunk.
Are you sure they weren't leopard skins?
Yeah.
No. These were cheap and nasty Central Zip
From Primark.
There are other reputable stores and buy clothing from. But yes, absolutely. Yeah, something of that ilk. Yeah, a onesie. Now, I think a onesie, it's a brand new thing. It's only really come out in the last 2 or 3 years, isn't it?
You get Star Wars ones.
Can you really?
Oh, can you? Do you know what?
Yoda. Stormtrooper.
The opinions have changed now.
It's a birthday next month.
Looks like I'm on my own.
Noted. We're all going to get Phil some sort of a hilarious onesie. Actually,
November 11th.
I think for Phil's stag do, we got him to wear a onesie.
That wasn't a one. It was an Avatar costume.
But that was a onesie, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, does a onesie come in lycra? Because it was lycra.
It's more the same thing.
But it was one item of clothing.
It was one item of clothing.
But we did get to see Phil's single bollock, which was quite. which was impressive for a single. I say, not a bad film. Yeah. Onesies, in my opinion, have their place on the sofa, you know. If you're a single mother or a single lady, that's fine. But at 8 o'clock in the morning, while you're taking your kids to and school or the pool or and shopping, really, I'm not sure.
Do kids wear onesies at school?
Well, I don't know. She was wearing it in the daylight, and I'm bet nothing's stopping her. Maybe there'll be a onesie school uniform one day. It'd just be a picture of a tie.
Yeah.
Or a shirt.
That'll be ironic, because it's like a onesie but a suit.
That's right.
So you
furry suit.
Well, you wear it for a job interview. That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, do you
Imagine
know
that.
what?
Can you imagine?
Awesome.
Lord Sugar. Yeah, it's got onesie.
Yeah, it's a suit onesie. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Genius.
We might have just...
They should take that to Dragon's Den. I think.
Which, that's not a bad... Yeah, so like no collars, no cufflinks.
One bit of fabric.
Just one bit of fabric, a central
The
zip.
belt can be on it as well. So
We could even
printed
like print the shoes on the bottom. You could have like shoes and laces on the...
Good idea. So,
Damn, my
you know
weekly weekly inconvenience has turned into a brilliant brain spark idea.
That's right. So
someone else.
we've actually solved your weekly inconvenience, haven't we?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
We've turned it into a convenience.
But it's only convenience if I picture anyone I see in a onesie. Just imagine, oh, if only that was a suit onesie. A bit like if you're scared of doing public speaking, you imagine everyone naked, which doesn't work. You feel much more comfortable. So I'll just imagine if ever I see a 16-year-old jogging with a can of special brew in her hand in Anne brown paper bag, I'll just imagine her in a in a lady's suit onesie, and it'll be all the much better. Feel all the much better about it.
But would you have,
onesies stop them.
But would you have confidence in that person in a onesie suit? If you went to the bank or you solicitor and they were wearing a onesie suit, would you have confidence that they were able to do the job?
The biggest problem is going to the toilet, isn't it? How do you resolve that?
Well, you're right. How did the 20-year-old mother go to the loo? Oh yeah, she shuts the door, so it doesn't matter, does it?
It can prove a problem.
You can wear a nappy. You should probably wear a nappy.
You can wear a nappy, yeah.
I think practically onesies are actually incredibly.
You could just shoot yourself.
But as far as onesies go, I think they're quite practical. They're easy to put on, easy to take off. But socially, they're not very good.
Yeah, socially,
and people will look at you and think.
Do you know what I mean? Though I can't. I will be a regionalist. I can't imagine someone from Cornwall doing that. It is very much a Midlander, Minky, Northern, / Essex kind of thing. I don't think they're as big as. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's basically in built-up suburban areas, isn't it? Really, you don't really get suburbia in Cornwall, do you?
And you get suburban.
No, just wear sheepskin, don't they?
Sheepskin. Like fleece, just 4 times the price. Yeah, so that's my rant. Onesies, please don't wear them, please.
Please don't wear them, unless it's a suit onesie.
A suit onesie.
In which case it's genius.
But please don't design it either, because we haven't done that bit yet, so
No.
it's patent's pending.
Yeah, well I think we can use this as proof as our patent, can't we?
That's a good shout, actually,
Yeah, we can print it, we can put it on a CD and post it to ourselves, sign for, and then we can go and say, it was our idea first.
Definitely work. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to steam open the envelope. It's impossible to do that.
Steam open.
But it used to be a way to copyright your work. If you were an artist, it was a while ago. It's like about 10, 20 years ago. You could get a print of what you'd done, and you could post it to yourself, recorded, and then if anyone copied you could say, oi, oi, oi. Unopened letter here.
Or you could get a wax and a stamp.
You could do.
Okay. Can't fold Jack, can you?
By royal appointment.
Yep.
Stamp.
Oh ye.
Yes, indeed.
Oh ye.
Okay, so you're done with your WI.
I am done. Lee, what's your weekly inconvenience?
What's your weekly inconvenience, Lee?
I'll tell you what. What's inconvenienced me this week?
It's been here tonight.
That is definitely one thing. Yeah,
wow.
Definitely one thing, and the time we had to wait to record it. But the thing that has inconvenienced me this week is a paedophile.
Okay. So it's sort of quite light-hearted then. Really.
Quite light-hearted, yeah. And I'll tell you why.
Personal experience, or
No.
Was it Uncle Doug in the potting shed?
No actual contact with paedophiles in the making of this story. Right? I was at work.
Is it paedophile?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Pedophile.
She is whoever you want her to be, Phil.
He's a pedo.
Although if you're American, it's pedophile.
That's because they're illiterate idiots.
Exactly. But you never know. If this goes global, we don't want to offend Americans, do we?
We invented Americans. We can absolutely do what we like.
Okay, right.
So I was at work, and I was doing my work where I was doing
Nothing at all. Yeah.
probably.
Facebook.
And
Liking my posts.
out of nowhere, I started to hum a tune, or whatever you call it.
Tiny Kangaroo Down Sport.
Exactly.
Oh, was it?
Exactly that tune.
Wow.
And it just came into my brain, and I don't even know why. I hadn't heard it previously, or in that day, I hadn't seen anything. I just started humming it, and then suddenly I thought, "Is this appropriate? If anyone heard me, is this appropriate?" And it was one of those moral
dilemmas.
Yes. And I couldn't make up my mind whether it was.
Well,
that's a fantastic question.
It is, but I understand that you still appreciate Gary Glitter's music.
Oh my!
Can I just tell you? I'll tell you another little story. We can enlarge this.
Yeah.
Right. That's what she said.
Yeah. When I went to America, years and years, I went to New York. I had one of those old iPods. You know, the ones with the circular.
What, like a telephone?
No, the old iPods. When they first did the iPods with the menu circle, and you could store like 1 billion songs or whatever.
Yeah,
but you only had like text screen, and you had to flick through it and whatever. And I had thousands and thousands of tunes. So I was listening to some music on the plane, and my mate Pete, who was with me, he said, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And I was just like, "Oh, nothing really." And I just started flicking through, and it just has like the names of the artist,
right.
And it came round to Gary Glitter,
right?
And what it was Gary Glitter's Christmas song or something. He's got I can't remember what
Christmas hijinks.
He's got like Rock and Roll Christmas or some BS.
Right.
And then he proceeded to shout out, "You're listening to Gary Glitter!" in the plane. And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not. I've just got a Christmas album." Classic. There you go. Yeah.
When did you decide to stop listening? When was the last time you listened to that?
I don't think I ever listened to it. It was just I had the Christmas album because, back in the day, you just put every bloody CD you had onto your iPod that you'd ever owned. That
does mean, however, one time you went out and bought a Gary Glitter CD with all intention of listening to it.
Wasn't this about Rolf Harris originally?
This was.
Okay, well, I'll tell you an interesting point about Rolf Harris. Right?
Go for it.
My first ever single purchased at sort of 5 or 6, you know what it was?
It was Rolf Harris.
Stairway to Heaven. It's quite ironic.
No way!
If you think about it now, a 6-year-old kid.
You bought Stairway to Heaven?
Maybe he brainwashed all these 6-year-old kids.
The thing with Rolf Harris, he's of all of these people that have been convicted, he's probably the one that broke
the
most hearts, where people were like, "Not Rolfie."
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
I still don't believe
Were
it.
you one of them? Are you one of them?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it either. Shocked.
I totally believe it, but what I don't believe is Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but that's all. A lot of it was publicised.
But I think totally Rolf Harris.
He was a
gigantic
pedo. I don't know.
Really, I was. Rolf was a stalemate. He was our teddy bear that we coupled up to.
To be honest, too much of a nice guy.
Was anyone surprised when Jimmy Savile?
No,
exactly.
Well, the thing was this is a true story. I didn't actually know who Jimmy Savile was until he died. And honestly,
what?
Here we go.
I didn't know who he was until he died. And
so what was you watching between the ages of 7 and
But you let him play with
15?
See what happened was I happened to be just sort of see his funeral on TV or something, or like a notice that he died.
Was his funeral on TV?
No. It was some sort of reference.
Yeah.
To
I know what it was.
Because he wasn't outed as a pedo when he died.
Exactly.
It was sometime later.
No, wasn't his gravestone put up? Or weren't the families of those offended trying to take down his gravestone?
It was a good time
Tombstone.
after his death because it was around the time of his death that well, everyone's sort of celebrating his life, and everyone's putting up videos on the TV.
Now then, Matt. We got little Matt here. What would he like?
That's what he asked you to say with his cock in your mouth. Now then.
But the point is, right, I saw this old grey-haired guy sort of jogging, right? He was jogging in a tracksuit, and I said, "Who's that? He looks like a paedophile," right?
Wow.
And then my mum said, "Oh, you shouldn't say that. He's a real nice bloke."
So maybe you made him a paedophile.
No,
I
did not know who he was.
Matthew Frost.
And I was watching a program. Let me speak. Sorry. I was watching a program on CT about his life. I'm going to take another sip of this.
Sorry.
Thing was I knew he was a paedophile without even knowing who he was.
So maybe you've got.
I looked at him and said, "That is a paedophile."
Maybe you've got an extra.
Why can't you work for the MOD then? Surely we could use these services.
Maybe you're like a hero. Like his hero characters where you can see things that other people can't.
Yeah, like
maybe
I can tell if you're a paedophile or not.
Maybe you were bitten by a radioactive spider.
It could be like Mulder.
Mulder?
No, it was not doing Mulder.
Huh?
Not about aliens. It's about
That's the X-Files you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, he was bitten by a radioactive spider, Spider-Man. And that's why he's got the amazing powers. You can spot a paedophile from 50 yards.
Well, so that means I was bitten by a radioactive pedo then, basically.
Oh, it could be!
You said it! You were bitten by a radioactive pedo.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't know who he was because he was before my time.
Before your time?
He was before my time.
How old are you? 29?
29.
Right, so when was Jimmy Fix It on TV?
The 70s.
No. 80s through to the 90s. We are absolutely dead on.
Did you own a TV in the 80s?
I did, but I always didn't watch Jimmy Savile's Magic Hour. Whatever it was called.
Jimmy Savile's Magic Hour.
You must have been on the backstage.
You know what it's called.
Well, it's obviously called Jim will Fix It.
Jim will fix it for you, Matthew Frost.
Jimmy's Magic Hour.
From Matthew Frost. He says, "How can I be a paedophile?" I will show you, Matthew Frost.
I think Jimmy only had his Magic Hour in hospitals, didn't he? Too close to the mark.
Yeah,
too close to the
that's
mark.
Too bad. But anyway, my point is I knew he was a paedophile.
But is singing, humming, Timey Kangaroo Down Sport socially unacceptable?
Think of the lyrics. Time My Kangaroo Down Sport. What's he talking about? Little boys, probably.
So he's asking a third party to tie down
I'll give you a quick explanation of the song.
No, just hum the song, that'd be great.
No, the song is basically about some guy that's dying and he's asking his mate to look after his possessions, and his possessions are kangaroo and other. He's got a load of animals, and he's saying "Timey kangaroo" because it's going to run away or all that sort of thing.
Right.
But another interesting side note is that there was a racial verse of the song where he was talking about Aborigines, which he deleted from the song. It's in the original recorded song because he obviously had the idea was the guy had an Aboriginal slave.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this was quite. This was relatively recently in human history.
In
like
50s?
50s.
Yeah, it was in the 50s. He wrote that. Yeah, definitely. It was very.
So it was still acceptable to have an Aboriginal slave back then.
It was, yeah. Apparently.
Really, in the 50s.
In the 50s, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Out there.
I don't know anything about Australian history.
So they actually had slaves in the 50s.
I think that's about the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So it's officially abolished in the.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, we went from paedophilia to slavery really quickly.
Very quickly.
And we just didn't answer the question, is it socially acceptable to hum Timey Kangaroo Down? Do you know what I think in this day and age, there's probably, if you're walking on a high street, there will be, and I could be wrong here, more people that wouldn't know who Rolf Harris is than probably would do, age-wise. If you're 15, 16, you will not have a clue who Rolf Harris is. You wouldn't have a clue.
But I think the average age is like 39 or 38, and I think
the average age of the entire UK.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is no new children being born?
Well, yeah, but the point is...
children, just not new ones.
The majority of people will know who Rolf Harris is.
Oh,
yeah.
The majority.
Well, if it's a majority, then I'd still say it is socially acceptable to hum it.
You see, I would have to disagree with you because everyone now knows Rolf Harris as a mega pedo. So
a mega pedo. Is it like a mega shark?
Good grief.
Well, it's not a paedophile, it's a mega paedophile because he's famous. It's a famous paedophile. Okay. Mega pedo. Yeah, but of course,
It's not about how prolific he was.
No.
It's how famous
it's
he
how
is.
well
Right.
known he is, right? But of course, Jimmy Savile was the king of pedos. He is the envy of all pedos.
What about Michael Jackson then?
Well,
He's not a pedo.
I don't think he was a paedophile. No, I think it was a bit inappropriate. I think it was very inappropriate. With kids.
Misunderstood.
But I don't think he was a paedophile.
What was Gary Gliss's real name? Paul Gadd?
Something like that, yeah.
Paul Gadd, yeah. But he was
sounds
convicted.
like a sexual move or something.
He was the Gadd.
Paul Gadd?
Is your weekly inconvenience mega pedos?
No, it isn't. But it is loosely related to indecent behaviour.
Oh,
Yeah,
have I included?
What a
this?
surprise.
indeed. Are you included?
Yes.
No, not in the story. No.
Deeply
Are you asking or hoping?
If I can be. Yeah.
No, well, actually, to be honest, I think this is a story that all three of you won't really be able to relate to very well because it involves a gym changing room.
Oh,
So-
we have been in men's rooms before.
But you haven't regularly been to the gym, have you? You're not a regular gym goer.
Not used to.
Used to.
Not
Not
used to.
but not. I mean,
Not used to.
Not now. But yeah, used to. Yeah.
Now just in the women's one.
Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically, my weekly...
Does it involve measuring your cock sizes?
No, it does not.
Okay.
But,
Is
no.
it the drying of balls?
Do you
Your
know
cock
what?
sizes.
Do you know what? It's close, but it isn't. It's different. But basically, in a gym changing room, you get like a basic etiquette. And if I tell you what I do,
How big is it? Yeah, it's okay.
very good. But what I do, I'll tell you what I do when I go in there. I go in there and I choose my locker. I face the locker and I get undressed. I go up to the gym, come back down. On my way back down, obviously, I come in. I then want to have a shower. I get undressed at my locker, put my clothes in my locker, lock it, wrap a towel around me, go to the shower, take the towel off, stick it on the side, wash, and then come back with the towel, dry it, and go. Okay, right? But
Perfect.
Do you put your clothes on before you go?
I
I
do, yeah.
You just dry it and you go.
No, he puts his onesie on.
Exactly, yeah, onesies. Yeah, but
Speedo onesie.
I do that, and but it's the older blokes that are in there, and I would say that
This is sort of connecting to the previous.
it is.
It is, isn't it?
Way.
But you'll find with older blokes in gyms, I don't know if it's just a cultural difference or an age difference or the fact that they're like gigantic perverts. But
Paul Gadd.
yeah, to be honest, if I was an exhibitionist 56-year-old man and I like to get my jollies by exposing myself to young men like myself, I would go to a gym and just any opportunity to get anyway.
The thing is, you know that he's thought about that.
Yeah.
He's pictured himself as a 6-year-old flashing to himself.
Yeah.
Up against the locker trying to find his key.
But that isn't the weird part. The weird part is the mechanics of how you do it. So, see, what you do if you're drying yourself in the gym, you're sort of dressing yourself. What you would do is you'll come out the shower, you'll dry yourself. The first thing you put on is your pants, right, or your boxers or whatever.
Right.
Pants, right, and then you in your pants.
What about? I mean, if I go commando, so
Well, you might be part of the problem. Oh, commando.
yeah.
All right. So in that case, you put your trousers on first.
Perfect.
Right?
Good.
And then you would go to the hairdryer section and dry your hair there if you want.
Dry
to.
your hair?
Yes.
No,
You've got a hair dryer. Well, you haven't got much hair, have you?
Yeah,
So-
but no. Balls of coot film.
We walked into that there.
You can tell.
I use a hairdryer
Yeah.
because it just gets to.
It's the only blowjob you get a week. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, you get these older blokes, right, who think it's totally appropriate to stand around in the news chatting to their friends with their cock hanging out. If they want to do that, it's okay. But what's weird is when they put their t-shirt on before their pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They put their t-shirt on before their pants. Their t-shirt comes like to their belly button, and they've got their whole
Good t-shirt.
twig and berries hanging
T-shirt comes to their belly button. What is this? A tank top?
or to their waistline, right?
Maybe they're doing that.
This sounds like an 80s American
Maybe they're
shower
trying
scene.
to cover themselves up with a t-shirt, but it's not quite long enough.
Well,
Do you think
they put the t-shirt on first, and then they have their cock and balls hanging out, and they'll go and dry their hair with the hairdryers, right?
What with no pants on?
Yeah, with no pants on, honestly.
Oh my god! What gym is this you got? Don't tell us. Is it a reputable one?
It was a Virgin Active gym, but then it got taken over by a
It's
different
called
company.
Jimmy's Gym.
Jimmy's gym.
Yeah. But that is the weirdest part. The weirdest part is that these older blokes think it's totally appropriate to, with their t-shirt on and their pants off and nothing on their feet,
Not one out.
go to the toilet and have a slash.
Oh.
Yeah. Then come back. Yeah.
Are there a lot of them?
They don't want to sprinkle on the old
Yeah.
trousers.
Yeah, go splash their toes.
Honestly, it's a totally different.
And do they wipe
it's a different
with the
world.
t-shirt?
I wasn't watching. All I see is I see them walking to the
You
toilet.
seem to know a lot about it.
You've been noting down the goings on, the ins and the outs. It sounds terrifying. That sounds absolute. But think about it from their point of view.
That there isn't the worst thing that's happened to me in a gym changing room. Okay.
Wow.
Right now, this is actually slightly disturbing, right? But also,
Even like it wasn't before.
incredibly hilarious as well, right? My routine for going to the shower is I get undressed, I leave all my sort of dirty, sweaty clothes in a pile, and
You are very, very cockney there.
I hide my key in my sweaty clothes. In my sweaty clothes.
Second time I'll spend £1 and lock it.
No, I've got my own lock, so I take my lock with me, but I leave my key there, because if I take my key with me, the likelihood is I'll drop it and it'll go down the drain and I'll lose it. So I hide it amongst my sweaty stuff. I think, because no one's going to go through my sweaty stuff and get the key and try and nick whatever's in my locker. So that's what I do. So I'm sure I told you about this actually. What I did this time was I went to the shower and I came back to find my key, found my key, but I could only find my gym shirt and my gym shorts.
Right.
Originally I was in there with about maybe 3 or 4 people, but by the time I came out of the shower,
Sounds like
there was no one there.
Right.
But basically, what it bottles down to is someone stole my pants.
For what reason did they steal your pants?
That is a very good question, Phil. Do you know why they stole my sweaty pants?
I know why someone stole your pants.
Why is that?
Because someone stole their pants.
But these pants were sweaty.
And you.
Needed pants.
Maybe they were so radioactive that they burn a hole through whatever you put them, and they're still falling through the earth now.
Someone stole your... Wow. Hang on, maybe it was one of the beautiful 56-year-old naked men that just wanted to be closer to you. They were exposing themselves to you.
Yeah.
You were giving them no signals, and they were like, "But I want a bit of him. I'm going to take a bit of him."
Maybe that's the whole thing, that they were walking around with no pants because they were like, I forgot my pants. So they're waiting for someone else to leave a pair of pants. And then they see yours and they're like, yes, we've hit the jackpot. Let's pour these bad boys on.
Were they wire fronts or boxes?
I only wear briefs. I don't wear
Way.
boxes. Yeah.
Good.
I like to hold it all in position. Boxes.
I don't like it too tight.
Such a show off.
I like it a bit baggy.
Phil likes it baggy, girls.
He does, but that was that is my weekly inconvenience, and that is old men exposing themselves unnecessarily in gym changing rooms. It's not necessary.
Well, that's been terrifying to listen to, and it sounds absolutely awful to be involved in. I'm very, very sorry.
No.
Blimey. Right, so on the competition, who do we think had the worst inconvenience? So we've got humming a pedo anthem.
Yeah.
We've got Phil with the
Facebook likes.
the inappropriately
The lack of
Facebook likes.
Anything I'm bothered to do.
Frost being
Anybody.
visually and sometimes physically molested through thievery of pants. Or the onesie. I'm not going to vote for the onesie. That's lame. That's lame.
I think what you should do. I think all of us should vote for somebody else's one. So I would have to vote for one of you three.
No, that's the worst democracy I've
That's
ever
not
heard.
really how it works.
You can't vote for yourself.
I'm not going to. Mine's awful.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I
You can't
think
vote for
yours.
yourself, can you?
I think yours.
Okay, I think.
Please.
Yeah, because it's the paedophile thing.
Okay, done. Rolf Harris, Paul Gadd, you win.
Well, no,
Thank you very much.
It's 4 votes. You voted for me. I voted for Koskey. Koskey's got to vote for somebody, and so has Phil.
I was going to vote for Frost
Great.
because he's got the sweaty pants nicked.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm the deciding factor. What did you vote for?
Frost.
So you've got to go for him. I've got 2 votes. Koskey's got 1. So
Sorry.
if you vote for Koskey, he wins. If you vote for me, I win.
I've got the deciding factor.
Yep.
You've got the power.
I'd say Leigh because it's more global. Yes.
No, but then technically now that's 2 each.
No, but no one cares about your pants. Yeah,
But if this had been in America, your pants, you would have been really, really bummed because your trousers would have gone. Very good
that's
point,
right,
Phil.
yeah.
It is very much a national problem. Right, sign us off,
Makes you
Phil.
think.
Right, so that's all for this bi-weekly PMSL. If you want to check out next time, we'll be here doing the same thing. So whatever you're doing, do it well.
Nice one.
Bye, guys.